everyone! So today I'm going to be filming Ask Danielle because yesterday we were at a friend's house all yesterday and I basically got no footage for a vlog. So we're gonna make up for it with Ask Danielle today, and in some exciting news, probably the next Ask Danielle is going to be Ask Danielle's hubby as well. So I think we're gonna do a video together and we're finally gonna do a sit down video and talk about how we met because we've been getting so many questions about that just recently. We always have, but I feel like it's just really gotten out of control. So hopefully within the next couple months we will have a video of us sitting down together and talking about how we met. The first question that caught my attention is by Cameo Nelson, and that is, if you had all the money in the world, where would you live and why? I think if I had all the money in the world, I would probably have a few houses in a few different places. I would definitely love to buy property here in Germany, in the countryside, somewhere where we had full-on view of the mountains, and it would be like this ginormous house with this huge yard. And I would really love to have a place to live in San Francisco. So I would probably buy a house in San Francisco to go visit from time to time. Maybe stay there in the winter because I hate winter. Maybe after Christmas we'll go there until spring hits here again. Next question is by Sandra Melendez. What is the hardest part of being a mother of two? How do you and hubby schedule alone time? Do you still plan on having a big family? And this one got quite a lot of thumbs. One thing I've really noticed about Olivia and Leia is that they definitely seem to behave a lot easier when they are just with me, when they are alone, like when they're not with each other. I've noticed that when they are together, they both, particularly Olivia, get kind of this competitive nature because I feel like they're just kind of both trying to fight for my attention at the same time. Especially Olivia is a really different person when Leia goes down for a nap. She's quite a lot easier when Leia goes down for a nap, and she behaves a lot better. She doesn't act out as much. So I would definitely have to say, just when they're both awake, trying to make sure they're both getting enough attention and both feel like they are included. And then how do me and hubby schedule alone time? Well, the kids pretty much have a bedtime. It really depends on how the day goes because Olivia doesn't nap every single day anymore. But typically she goes to bed at least 9 o'clock. So we usually have like an hour or two to ourselves before bed. Leia also goes to bed around that time as well. I actually ran into some neighbors the other day. This woman who's from New York, she's a child psychologist and her teenage daughter is looking for babysitting work. So I'm kind of hoping to get to know them a little bit more. I'm going to call them and I'd really like to get to know her some more, and maybe we can get some date nights or something like that because we definitely don't get a whole lot of babysitting opportunities otherwise. And then the last part of the question is, do we still plan on a big family? I still would absolutely love to have a big family. We're still looking at having about 3 or 4 kids. Next question is by Liz Maguire, I hope I said that right, Davalos. What can you tell the mommies is a great motivation to start working out when it seems impossible? I think that the best motivation for working out is just seeing your results and also feeling your results. I am just feeling so fit lately. Like I really feel like I've just reached this level of fit, and like when we were playing at that park that you guys saw in the vlog, I'll link it right here if you haven't seen our last vlog, I just felt so free and alive, and I felt like I could do anything. Like I loved that I was just able to like frolic around without feeling like everything was jiggling around. Also being able to like keep up with my husband because he's always been really fit, active guy. He's never suffered from being overweight, because now that the weight's coming off of me, I feel like I can just breathe so much easier. So I think it's really just getting to that point in you where you feel really fit. After you get past that hump where you're, not fit, you're gonna wonder how you ever even lived before you were active. Definitely just feeling myself getting stronger and stronger is what keeps me going. These questions are really, really interesting, and these are by Raquel Zaira Hero. Oh God, I can't say names, sorry. Is there anything about the way you are as a mother that you'd like to change? I don't mean to be ruined, just asking if you have any goals or things to improve from your point of view. And then what is the best and worst part of being a YouTube mom, and have you ever felt like closing the channel? These are really, really interesting questions. I definitely feel like as moms, we always feel like we aren't doing the best we could do for our kids because there is just so much, because we do just care for our kids so much and we do have so much love for our kids and we always want to be the best possible mother we could be. So I always worry, you know, are my kids getting enough stimulation? Am I taking them outside enough? I think that one thing I definitely recently have been wanting to get better at is just really being in the moment with my kids when I'm there, because as moms, we do have a lot of other things going on. Like we do have usually like household that we want to maintain. We have sometimes career aspirations that we want to maintain. And sometimes when I'm sitting down playing with my kids, I find myself just kind of drifting off into my head thinking about what I need to get done instead of just sitting there and being in the moment with that precious time that I have with my kids. You know, like they're only this little once. And sometimes I feel like even if we are there, sitting there playing with them, sometimes we're not 100% there. So the thing I'm really working on right now is just being present and in the moment with them and just taking in every single little cute little baby laugh that they make or weird little joke Olivia does as a funny little toddler. You know, I'm just really trying to be present, and that's something that I do struggle with, not only when it comes to my kids, but just on a daily basis when it comes to life. And then the best and worst part about being a YouTube mom, I think the best part would have to be a couple of things. One is sharing these moments with other moms, and I like to keep things real on my channel. I don't like to show anything too much, but I feel like compared to other channels, I would say that I definitely have shown quite a good number of tantrums and things like that. Some people don't like that I do that, but I feel like it's important. I don't want people to think that my kids are perfect or that I'm perfect and that being a mom isn't hard. I feel like we're living in a society where moms are getting so much slack for not doing anything, and like moms' jobs are not hard. I think if we only focus on these celebrities that like bounce back into shape right away and like they have these perfect kids that always seem to be well dressed and be perfect all the time, I feel like people are just going to get this idea that being a mom is this like really easy thing to do, and that just really, really bothers me. And just like with any job or with anything in life that you do, there's going to be struggle. So I really enjoy getting in touch with the people who appreciate that I do that, and I really enjoy, oh, my iPad just made a noise. I really enjoy the feedback that I get from other moms saying like, oh, your videos help me so much. They make me feel like I'm not alone. The other best part is just being able to look back at the old footage. Like I have all my pregnancies online, my births are online. I can just go back and look at all these videos and it's just great memories. And my family also gets to see my kids grow up because I live so far away, so it's great for my family as well, and it really makes me happy. Like thinking about, like I will sometimes go back and watch the videos and imagine that they're watching it at the same time, and I just kind of like hope that it puts a smile on their face, and I'm sure it does. So that's definitely a huge pro of being a YouTube mom. And now this one I felt like was the most interesting, and that is, have you ever felt like closing the channel? I've never actually felt like completely taking off the channel, but there have been times, and I still have these moments, like just thinking, is this really worth my time as much as I think it is? You know what I mean? Because it does take a good deal of time, especially since I have started up the daily vlogs. You know, I feel like, could I be spending this time better doing something with my kids? Could I be spending this time doing something more in my real life? You know, it does take time because I am somebody who is juggling everything. Like I feel like a lot of YouTube families, they are a lot more of a dual, there's a lot more of a dual relationship going on, especially with the YouTube families. Like both couples are just as equally involved in the whole YouTube thing. But me and my husband, as you can see, it's pretty much like 90% me, maybe 10% him. We've been working on changing that, but I do a lot of the YouTube things. I also do manage the household. He does help, as you guys saw in the vlogs. Obviously, both the kids, I take care of them basically all the time. I don't have too much help elsewhere, and I do live a pretty active lifestyle, trying to keep myself into good shape. So I have a lot of things that I try to fit into one day, and sometimes it can be frustrating, and I'm going to be honest when I talk about this because I feel like sometimes YouTubers don't talk about this. as much as I wish that they would, and that is just feeling like your channel isn't growing to the level that you would like it to grow, or like you're not getting the response for the output that you're giving out there. You know what I mean? Because I feel like YouTube has just become this big sea that I feel like some people who are really great vloggers are just sort of getting lost in, and definitely growing on YouTube is something that I'm going to honestly say that is something that we wish to do. I don't think I would ever consider stopping YouTube 100% completely, but I do wonder if, especially with the daily vlogs, because it is taking a lot of time and effort for me, is it worth me doing it every single day? The amount of effort I've put into my channel, I definitely don't feel like I'm getting back as much as I've seen other YouTubers get back. So that's where I stand on that. I don't think I've ever considered completely closing down the YouTube channel, but I have closed down a few of the older videos. The next one is by Mari Patino. How did you prepare mentally and physically for an all-natural vaginal birth for both girls? Mentally, I would say I prepared very differently for both, just because with Leia, I was definitely in a different mind state for Leia, just because I had already had a vaginal birth, natural vaginal birth before, so I knew what was coming, so I was a lot more scared about it. With Olivia, I was just really nonchalant about it. I just really researched and really wanted to understand the birthing process as best as I could. With knowledge comes power, and it just made me feel really, really comfortable knowing what was going on with my body, and that's how I really prepared for it with Olivia. And I went into it with a very open mind, knowing that, you know, most women come out of the birthing experience saying it's painful. So I was just like, okay, it's going to be painful. I just said, I think I can handle it because I know I'm strong. And I think it really just comes down to believing in yourself. And as cliche as it sounds, that's really how it is. You just really need to believe in yourself. You are strong. Your body was made to do this. Every single woman, I believe, is capable of it. As far as how I prepared physically, I did try to maintain a good level of fitness. Being at the fitness level that I am now, I realized that I was kind of slacking a bit in both of my pregnancies. I'd say particularly in Leia's, I didn't do as much training. I feel like my third pregnancy, I will be far more active than I was with my first two. So I feel like, you know, you don't need to do a whole lot, because I wasn't in the best physical shape for sure with them. I wasn't in bad physical shape, but I wasn't in the best that I could be. So I think just doing things like some squats is really great. Going swimming, walking regularly, all very important things. Just making sure that you are staying moving. I think that the fitter you are, probably the better and easier your birth will be. I definitely had incredibly long labors, and I'm interested to see, like, with my new lifestyle in my third pregnancy, if my labors will progress better. I'm also a lot less worried about having a third baby. I'm a lot less scared of the birthing process. I feel like, okay, I've got 2 natural vaginal births down the hatch. My confidence level has really risen since I had Leia. I feel like when I was pregnant with Leia, I was really scared. I feel like when I have a third, I feel like I'm going to be more confident again in myself. So we'll just kind of have to see how that goes. But I just think, you know, do what you can do and do what makes you feel best, and definitely try to push it a little bit. With pregnancy, you want to be a little careful, but definitely if becoming a fit and active person is something that you want to accomplish, definitely don't let pregnancy hinder you from it. Actually, you can use it as a motivation, because it's going to help make your labor most likely a lot easier. Next question is by Regine Ledegard. How is it going with your plans on becoming a doula? Yeah, so not really much going on with that. I would really still like to do it maybe in the future. I think that this kind of goes back to me talking about the whole YouTube thing. When I say, would my time be better spent doing something else, it does make me wonder, would my time be better spent improving my German, going back to finish taking a test to see, like, test myself for how good my German is, and then maybe consider with my time, because Olivia is going to be going to kindergarten soon, could I start doing some doula training or something of that sort, or start working with women with birth? You know, that's why I think I wonder, you know, is continuing to go down this YouTube path the right path for me, or should I be doing something else? Would I be spending my time better doing something else that I'm passionate about? So it's really tricky, and right now I am focusing very hard on YouTube. There is still a big part of me that believes that we could really become something, like something can really happen with Danielle Baby Bliss channel or Danielle Beauty Bliss, one or the other, or both. That would be great as well. So I don't know. I would still like to become a doula, but right now I'm just really focusing on YouTube. All right, I'm just gonna take 2 more questions from the same person, Jessica Twami. How is it sleeping on your new mattress, and is Leia sleeping in her crib? Our mattress is awesome. My back has never felt better. I have been sleeping amazing. I just love it. Both me and hubby could not be more thrilled with our mattress. And yes, Leia is sleeping in her crib. It's just awesome. We basically have the room to ourselves. We put Leia in her little crib in the living room for the evenings, which is just awesome. And then the second question is, given how young you are, do you think you will wait a few years before trying for a 3rd baby? I don't really know about if we'll wait years to try for another baby. Hello, Olivia. Are you coming in to say hello? We definitely are going to wait a bit longer, and I know that there's not really any rush since, like you said, I am young to just rush into having more kids. Want to say goodbye to everybody? So I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye bye. Olivia really wants me to leave now, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.